Hello everyone, welcome to Swiflearn and this is your teacher Nana. I'm here with a new session for the class 5. So everyone, welcome to Swiflearn, and Swiflearn is India's most sincere learning destination for the classes 1 to 10, and here we are providing 100% live and interactive classes and personalized attention batch with maximum 6 students. That is why the student get a lot of attention from the teacher. So we have a dedicated academic mentor team to track and work on students' progress. So let's have a quick look at our key features such as the detailed progress reports, Swiflearn academic test series. That is why you can take unlimited practice tests from Swiflearn. And we have subjective tests for school exams. So get ready, book your free trial class today itself and get ready to enjoy the art of learning with Swiflearn. So if you are new to this channel, please subscribe and press the bell icon so you will never ever miss any important updates from us. So I'm back here with light and shadows part 2. So previous chapter we learned about different thing, and today we're going to learn about the shadow, the formation of day and night, rotation of the earth and revolution of the earth. So these are the things we're gonna learn today. It's so easy, you can do it, and get ready with your book and the paper. And let's hold your pen as well. So in the previous class, we learned about the light and the sources of light. We also learned about the different parts of the object and different types of object. So today, let's learn about the shadows. Can you see something over here? Can you spot something over here? And what is that? Yes, it's the shadow. So a man is walking on the road and you can see the shadow, right? So what is the shadow? What do you think? What is meant by a shadow? A shadow is over here. A shadow is a dark area or the shape produced by a body that comes between the rays of the light and the surface of the screen. So over here you can see a lot of shadows, right? Yes. So you can see something is common. What is that? It's the screen. So in each scenario you can see a screen or a wall. And you can spot another thing in common. What is that? The shadows are in dark. So they are dark in color or black in color, and you can find a body over here. A body or an object. So imagine a light is over here which is facing this way. So that is the reason a shadow is produced over here. So they are in opposite direction. A shadow is a dark area of the shape produced by a body that comes between the rays of the light and the surface of the screen. So it comes between the light and the surface. I hope it's clear. So what are the necessary conditions for a shadow formation? What do you think? Let's have a look at over here. The man is walking, right? I hope it's a sunny day. So the sun is over here. I hope it's a sunny day and he went for a jogging. Like he went for a walking, right? Yes, exactly. And you can see that a sun. So a light source is over here. That is the first condition. So the next one, a object or a body. That is the person. That is the second condition. And third condition is the shadow appeared on the road, which means a screen is over here. That is the road. So these are the three favorable conditions for the formation of the shadow. Is it clear? Yes. So over here we need a source of light. That was the sun over there. So we need a shadow can only be seen on the screen. That was the road. And an opaque object that comes in the way of source of light. That was the person over there in the previous slide. So let's look at over here. So there is a light and there's an object and you can see the screen is over here. So the shadow appeared over here. So the light, the rays of the light will be like in this direction. So there is an opaque object. So the shadow, the dark shadow formed between the light and between the screen. So this is the formation of the shadow. So now we are going to learn about the characteristic features of the shadow. So this is the first one. A shadow can be formed only in the presence of the source of light. So I hope it's clear. We need a light of source. It's mandatory. It can be the sun, it can be the torchlight, or it can be the tube light. It's anything, the light of source, which is really required. Even the candle is also a source of light. So that is the first one. So another one. A shadow is always formed in the opposite side of the source of the light. Yes, it's true. You can see the light here and the bear is over here and the shadow appeared on the screen or on the wall. So they are in opposite direction, right? So they are in two different directions. That is why a shadow can be formed. A shadow is always black in color. So you saw a lot of shadows over here and all the shadows were in dark in color. Here also the shadow is dark in color. So that is constant. So the size of the shadow depends on the distance between the object and the source of light. So you can see that here the torch light, like placed in different direction, this one is also in different direction. So what happens? Okay, the shadow, right? A shadow will form here, the shadow formed. Here is also a shadow formed. But the size of the shadow and the direction of the shadow is entirely different. So within these two pictures, it's because of the placing of the light. The position of shadow changes with the position of the source of the light. So please take note that a direction of the light can change the direction of the shadow. So you can see the bear, right? There's a bear in each scenario. You can see the first picture, second picture, third, fourth and fifth pictures. You can see the position. Okay, the position of the light is different in each picture and the size and the direction of the shadow of the bear is different in each picture. But the bear remained constant. So what happens over here? So the light and the object is closer. That means we can form a big shadow. Here what happened? The light is far away from the objects. That is why the shadow appeared small. Here the light is over here, but it's from the downside. It's closer, but it's from the downside, so it's very big. So but if a lot of torchlight are present over there and we cannot find a shadow, so over here it's direct, so that is why shadow just formed right near to the bear. So which means a shadow, the size of the shadow and the direction of the shadow will vary depending upon the source of the light and direction of the light. So here a shadow can only be seen on a screen. A shadow can give us the information of the shapes of the object, which means imagine that you're walking on a road. It's a sunny day and the sun is right over there. So when you're walking, you spot one shadow. You just looked over here. You didn't look back, but you just looked at the shadow. So it was a dog, right? It was the shadow of a dog. So you could spot that the shadow belongs to a dog. So the shadow can give us the information of objects of the shapes. So you can see the light, the object and the shadow formed on the screen. A shape of shadow depending on the size. So the shape of the shadow depending on the size of the object, distance of the light source and the texture on the screen or in the shadow being casted on. So the size of the object, the distance of the light rays and the texture of the screen, everything influence the shadow. So have you ever noticed the difference in shadow during different time of the day? Here, over here. So you can see that the sun is over here during morning time. That is why you can find the shadow of the tree in the opposite direction, so over here. But now during noon time, so the sun will be just on top of the tree, so you can see the shadow over here. But during afternoon, so during the sunset, you can find that the sun is in different direction. That is why the shadow formed in the opposite direction. So the light and the shadow will be always in opposite directions. Not every time it will be in opposite direction. So here we are done with the shadows. Now let's have a look at the earth. So what do you think? Is earth moving? Yes, it is. So now let's learn about the rotation and revolution of the earth. So imaginary line running through the center of the earth is axis. You can see a red line. Okay, it's just between, running through, in between, like between through the center of the earth. So it's known as the axis. So what is the rotation of the earth? So the circular movement on the earth on its axis, it's known as the rotation. You can see this is the earth. It's like a ball, right? So this is the earth, and you can find that imaginary line running through the center of the earth. So the rotation of the earth on its axis, like this imaginary line is the axis. So this is the axis. So the rotation, the circular motion is known as the rotation. I hope it's clear. Now you can see that a wide path over here. There is a pathway. It's the pathway. Okay, this is the pathway. So it is a fixed pathway. In this one, you can see that a sun is over here. It remains constant. It's not moving, but the earth is moving. The earth revolves around the sun through a fixed pathway, and this pathway is known as the orbit. So this pathway, the wide pathway around the sun, is known as the orbit. The movement of the earth around the sun is called the revolution. You can see that the sun is remain constant over here, and the earth rotates. The earth rotates, so the movement of the earth around the sun is called revolution. So please take note, what is meant by revolution? What do you think? Yes, exactly. The movement of the earth around the sun is called the revolution. So we learned about the rotation and revolution. So it takes 365 and 1/5 days to complete a revolution. That is a year. So revolution of the earth is responsible for the various seasons within a year. So within a year, we will experience a lot of different seasons. It's all because of the revolution of the sun, revolution of the earth. So formation of day and night. You can see that, as I mentioned earlier, the sun will remain constant and the earth rotates on its axis, right? So imagine it's like a ball. So this one, when it rotates on its axis and this way, so it's bright because it faces the sun. So it will get a lot of, this portion of the earth will get a lot of sun and light from the sunlight and the rays from the sun. So this portion will have daytime during the time. So at the same time, look at the opposite side. So which is dark because it's not getting any light or the ray from the sun. So because it's not facing the sun. So this is the daytime and this is the night time. Due to the rotation of the earth on its day and night occurs. That is why different countries will have, different continents will have different timings for the day and night. So now we are done with that, and let's look at the questions. What is a shadow? A shadow is a dark area or the shape produced by a body coming between the rays of light and the surface. So list the condition required for the formation of shadow. So imagine the picture you have seen previously. So the man walking on the road. So the man is the object and the sun is the light and the shadow formed on a screen. That is the road. So which need a screen, object, an opaque object and the source of light. So what causes day and night? The rotation of the earth causes day and night. So here let's play and win. So are you ready for this one? Yes, go for it and let's predict the questions. The earth revolves around the sun is a fixed path which is known as track, axis, orbit or orbital. What do you think? Yes, it's the orbit. You're correct. And the circular movement of the earth on its axis is known as the, what is that? is the rotation. Let's check the answer. Yay, it's correct. And this one, a shadow is always formed in the opposite side of source of light. Is the statement true or false? Absolutely, it's true. So everything is correct and very good job if you got the answer. And today we learned about the shadow, rotation of the earth, revolution of the earth and formation of day and night. So I hope you enjoyed the session. If you have any doubt, please comment below. And thank you everyone for coming today. So if you like the session, please remember to like, comment and share. Thank you everyone. Please be safe at home. See you at the next session. Till then, bye.